For sure, over the last several years, there's been a lot of new players in our industry, and it's hard to create businesses. Anytime someone starts a business, it's very, very challenging. The odds are stacked against you. With services that are very similar to ours, like StarStock, I've always been very concerned that I don't want people to have a bad taste of our type of service. And it sounds like they're going to do everything to honor getting cards shipped to people. They're going to honor the store credit. They're going to do the right thing. And I commend them for that. And I think that's very important for the hobby. It's something that we've taken very seriously. And I've always thought a lot about that. People are trusting me with their cards. I want to make sure that they can always get access to them. They can always get access to their funds. So any service like ours that's handling people's cards for them, it's super important that you think very strategically about the long-term success of the hobby, not just your business. And it's good that they're taking an opportunity to pivot now while they still have maybe a runway to do something different and still maintain a reasonable experience. Now, maybe you can't continue using them the way you did in the past, but you should still be able to get your cards back. There are even services like eTops, which was decades ago. You can still get your eTops cards. Like, they tried something new, and I welcome that people are trying new things. We want that opportunity to bring new people into the industry, to think about the industry a little bit differently, but then recognize that not every business model is going to work. There's going to be things that you experiment with. You just mentioned the vault service that we offered probably 7 years ago, and then we failed fast. We realized that it made things too confusing. We had two different price points, two different fee structures, and it was better to just merge all of our focus into our core website. And it sounds like StarStock is going to do they're pivoting. They're going to figure out what's the right fit so that you can create a profitable business. While I love the industry and I wish I could do it for free, we have to be profitable because I don't have unlimited money to just pay people to do things. So we've always had to be very careful with the services. And I know people sometimes complain about the fees. We charge them so that we can continue offering these services. And with other businesses, when you're starting a business model, often you'll start with a promotional service. We, at one point, offered processing for 10 cents. We learned within like 6 months that we couldn't keep up with the business, and we had to increase the fee that we charged people for processing. StarStock started with free processing, and then they had to add a fee to it. Like, companies always have to pivot and adapt, especially when they're young and they're developing their business model. So I hope anybody else that's doing a similar service to ours, any consignment services, you're taking notes, you're making sure that you're taking care of customers. As far as companies like Mark's Cards and what happened with PSA, I guess we could end up with similar things. We don't charge people until we deposit cards into their account. And that's why when people have a negative balance on COMC, we stop putting cards in their account and encourage them to fund their account so that we don't have to carry so many balances. But we have nobody with $1 million balance with us. We're in a very different space than other companies. But I think this is just one of those things where we're in a space that's exciting. There's lots of money, lots of new ideas. Some businesses are going to fail. And it is a wake-up call for people. As you're looking at services that you're going to try, pay attention to how mature the business is. And with us, from when we first started, I always recommended people start with the cards they didn't care about. And I don't remember who it was. Someone commented, "I love COMC. It's a great way to get rid of the cards I don't want." Whenever trying a new service, you always want to try them out with things that you're not going to be out on the street if things go south. And then over time, as companies earn their reputation as you trust them, then you give them better and better things. And that's what we've seen at COMC. People have trusted us, and now they're sending us higher dollar items. They're sending us more items. And we always want to really make sure that people they don't feel pressured into using the service. They feel comfortable using the service and know that we're going to do everything we can to take good care of people. But I think all the startups in our industry definitely take this as an opportunity to look at your models and make sure that you're going to take good care of the customers, even if you have to pivot your business model.